What if you crossed an XLR mixer interface like this with a capture card like this? Well, you'd get this, the iogear Upstream Pro, and it could be a really cool device for streamer production quality. My name is Chris, this is Coalition Gaming, and today I'll be your stream technician. Real quick, if you're new around here and are into tech, PC, hardware, gaming, stream tips, and tutorials, then you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button and that bell so you don't miss a single upload. Also, I stream to Twitch every Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific at twitch.tv/Coalition Gaming Crew. So feel free to stop by, drop a follow, and let's talk some tech. Anyways, back to the video. So this thing here is an interesting little device. On the outside, it appears to combine a dual input capture card and monitoring output with a USB XLR interface / mixer. But that just really scratches the surface of what this is supposed to be capable of. If anything, I would say this is more of a production device than just a capture card / XLR interface combo. You're supposed to pair this thing with a phone or tablet using iogear's Upstream Essentials app, and that's where this thing really gets to shine. Have a look. This is the app that pairs with it. And you have video control, audio control here, different levels for what you have. Input it into it, and you can mute what's going and control the individual mixes of anything going into it. And then you have your settings here. You can set up different color for chroma keying, auto switching based on voice activation, and some other advanced stuff here. And then I believe you could even run this through a phone, through something like that. See right here, USB video output to phone instead of PC. Right now I'm going to PC. And these are the little different scenes that you can do with it. This little guy is actually pretty cool because not only do I have two cameras, let me turn the light on for you, two cameras, that one and that one, going into it. I have it also going into OBS, sure. I also have a microphone going into it, an XLR microphone. So that's two cameras and an XLR input right on it. Let me show you. Here's one of the cameras, and there's the other camera. And here's the back of the device. Power, XLR, USB connection. You can even do analog input. There's left and right. If you want to do like an aux input, there's your monitor out or your pass through if you wanted to use it that way. And then input 2 for one of the cameras and input 1 for one of the cameras. You could even use this to capture gaming as well. Obviously, input 1 or 2 could be a game and input 1 could be a camera. And you can do a lot with one box like this that just brings a couple of different devices together. Capture card, audio mixer, that sort of thing. So as I mentioned, this has two HDMI inputs that can take anything like a game console, other PC, or even mirrorless or DSLR cameras. This can only capture 1080p 60 though, but you can send 4K to the ports. It just outputs that at 1080p 60 max over USB. Also, it supports UVC capture, so no drivers required, which is nice. It also has an HDMI output for monitoring, but this will give you a fully mixed output, so whatever your settings are for audio or whatever you have showing and all that stuff, that's what comes out of the monitor port. Now, the monitor port can pass through 4K, so the 1080p is only if you're capturing it via USB. Now, that's not how pass-through generally acts on USB capture cards that have HDMI in and HDMI out, so if you're expecting that, then you might be a little disappointed. But it does let you keep an eye on what's going on more locally or without a PC, for example. So it's still something that's kind of good, right? This also has analog left and right RCA inputs, which you could adapt for things like an aux cable for a phone, a line out from a PC into this, another microphone, or any other analog input. The last major feature on this is the XLR microphone input. This isn't a combo jack, so if you want to use a 1/4-inch connector mic, you'll either have to adapt it for the XLR or adapt it for the RCA inputs. It also isn't clear whether it provides phantom power, but I connected a condenser microphone to it, and after some gain adjustments, it worked fine and it sounded really good. So it looks like this isn't anything to worry about. There are also other features via the app, such as push button chroma key that's also color adjustable, custom scenes, audio mixing adjustment, customizable transitions, and more. So let's get to that with the live test. Now, first, I don't know if I'm in sync. It seemed like I had to add a bunch of delay for the microphone. So I don't know if I'm in sync. Does this look here? Let's go to this shot. And does this look like it's in sync to you guys? You know what I mean? Like, it's good enough, yeah. You look in sync, but like which one though? Don't say Joey. Lance? Okay, I'm okay with that. That's a compliment. So we have both angles. Now I'm controlling everything from the tablet. My tablet here. Just kind of neat. But it has some preset stuff here. So we could do that guy. Just kind of neat, because imagine you can point the camera at a completely different thing and have like a commentator camera, and you can go back and forth between commentator and like something else, or like a game. If you do game capture, for example, it looks pretty sharp. I don't know, dude. This is actually really sharp looking. And maybe I switch to this as the capture card for the beer break table instead of the other one that I'm using. But I do have this zoomed in more, and it's not the table camera as much. But we can also go here, and there's two angles right there. How's it sounding? I'm on my older microphone because it's XLR, and you know, this device is really interesting. Here, I'll go to the wide shot, and as you can see, it's this box right here. I have a microphone going to it and multiple HDMI inputs all right there. I have this monitoring like that, and I can adjust audio that's coming in from any of the HDMI sources. I can adjust audio for the monitoring, which is on the right, balance left and right on there and all that, and you know, on-screen sliders. Look, right now I can turn myself down, and yeah, you probably can't hear me, but then I turn myself back up, and there I am. And then I go over to video and check it out here. So this is where I have the control for how it handles everything, and I'm not doing anything in OBS. I'm not even touching OBS right now. I just have the camera up, and then there's that scene with those two cameras. There's camera 1, here's camera 2, then there's everything else is like a combination of, so you can see me in multiple angles here. This one is just the wide angle shot. Then I have myself in the bottom corner here, and this one it's side by side, which I actually kind of like a lot. And then this one where I'm like sort of down here in the middle, and then I can just go back to this guy right here, and it's all controllable right here on the tablet. Clearly the XLR portion of it seems to work great. You're saying I sound good. The way that it's ingesting HDMI, and I can, like, there's no lag in between it. It just works. There's no lag between the shots. It's not like one camera comes up, then another camera comes up. It just works. There was no drivers to install on the computer either. It just works straight away, and I added it as this video source here. I paired it via Bluetooth with my tablet to the device, and I'm up and running by just pushing buttons on the screen. I had to adjust audio levels and audio sync in OBS. That's the normal stuff though. And audio levels were being controlled here in the app just to make sure, because this is a condenser microphone. And I don't see anything regarding phantom power anywhere on this thing, but it seems to just handle that just fine. I had to add, I think, 24 decibels of gain on the tablet, on the controlling of the device, and well, here we are. That's the thing here now. I have to pick one of these and shrink it, and if I do, then it shrinks the whole thing, and then if I do that, it's down there in the corner. So I'd have to like set up a different scene with it sized differently, which I guess is fine. So I'll set up another scene. I'll call it Upstream Gaming. And of course, you know, I don't want to cover too much, so I do this. I like doing this a lot. See, now in the gameplay scene, obviously, yeah, like we do this and I'm still in the scene. I don't know how it looks because I don't have OBS. Yeah. Oh, see, hey, that still works perfectly. That means I can go from here to here and it still works for the stream at least. They can be like close shot, wide shot. Redragon, what do you think? 350 bucks? Is that worth it? You get 2 inputs and an XLR interface in one device. Oh, sorry, and it also has output. Not entirely sure where that's from. Be careful. Oh, as soon as I looked away. Just one-shotted. So something else this thing has is it actually has like a green key, chroma key right in it. You don't need to do anything in OBS. If you want, you can turn the key out feature. So you could already see over here the Hulk, the green Hulk is getting keyed out, and it's just a button. So if I had a green screen behind me, let's look at some green here. If I had a green screen behind me and I can just push one button and it's gone. I could put anything else back there. And then I just push the button and we're back. Pretty neat. Yo, one button, that's sick. And then, yeah, again, all controllable from the app that you just pair with the device. So actually, I really like this thing. This is cool. I'm telling you, it looks really good. And just for the sake of testing, I decided to bring out my Dreamcast, plug it in, throw some Power Stone 2 on there. I enabled the audio for that HDMI, and now you can hear both mixed together. And as I mentioned, this is just a scene right here where all I did was push which one is this one? Scene 4, right? And I can be over here, you know, get a different angle on it, and you see that the game is still there. I could be side by side with it if I really wanted to, so you can see it over there. And the cool thing is, when I plugged my Dreamcast in with this HDMI audio adapter for it, it worked straight away. I didn't have to change anything. All right, one-on-one, let's go. The latency, I'm playing off of the OBS preview window, by the way, right now. The latency, it's low. This is 100% playable. Get the power stick, go. Oh yeah, good, I got one of those. Let's hit it with some of this, some rocks. Boom. Okay, I've got 2 power stones. Let's transform. Oh no, those are mine. Here it is. Let's go. It's the shining knight. Now, most of what you guys saw with the live test was captured from the stream. So any slowdowns or any little funky little frame rate glitches that you saw was just a result of, you know, the stream having its own set of issues. But now I'm doing a recording right now in OBS with this device right here, and all I have to say is that the quality at which it's capturing is fantastic. This is a really good looking device. I mean, what I mean by that is that the feed coming in from the camera, this is my primary camera here. This looks really good to me. We can switch to this guy here. That's my other camera, and that looks very good as well. And that's just a kit lens. That's a regular lens. This is my more expensive lens. If you want to see that side by side, you don't lose quality when you have both the inputs going at the same time either. And the audio works no matter which input you're on. Obviously, that's how it's going to work. It's mixing it in all internally, and then your computer is picking that up. And honestly, I think this is a really cool device for you to be able to switch scenes, or if you had gaming on one of them and your camera on the other, and you can configure the transitions that way. You can switch between fade. You can do cut as well. Cut would be like this one, where you just go more straight to it, like that. More straight to it, but I like fade for something like this. Would be cool if they gave you more options for more transition styles and stuff, but yeah, look, I'm down here now. I like this one because you can have if this one was like set up for your games, one would be the game and the smaller box could be you and the camera, or one could be a bigger event camera, and the bottom could be like the commentator shot, and then you can switch back and forth between commentator shot and event shot, you know. So this is super nice. So what do you think about what this device can do? In my simplified setup, I feel like I'm underselling what it's capable of. This thing can be used to run small production event stuff with the HDMI output, sending that feed into bigger production equipment, I'm sure, or even another capture card. Could work that way too. But for the use of a streamer, I think it still has a lot of benefits. The app being Bluetooth wireless is nice because it can let you manage scenes without necessarily having to be in front of the PC or the device itself, you know? It has really good looking capture as well. I was pleasantly surprised at that. At around $350 though, this thing, it does cost a pretty penny. However, you're getting high quality capture and an XLR interface in one, with additional features and control that I think that $350 is actually somewhat fair for something like this. I'd love to see it cheaper, but it is what it is. At this price point, I think a lot of people will avoid it, but at the same time, it's a unique piece of streaming equipment that I hope people can see the value of if they were considering buying separate microphone interfaces and capture cards. With all that being said, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this device. This seems like a really cool thing to me. How would you use it? Do you see the value in it? And if not, why? Drop a comment down below and let's talk about it. Anyways, I hope you found this video useful, informative, entertaining, or otherwise helpful. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and that bell so you don't miss a single upload. Also, I stream to Twitch every Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific, so feel free to stop by, drop a follow, and talk some tech. Link down below. Anyways, that does it for me. See you in the next video. Peace. We got more videos linked right there, all sorts of stuff, a whole Stream Technician playlist for you guys to check out. If you're into stream tips and all that, you should definitely click one of those, or one of those, or one of those. Okay, I'm done. Bye.